Welcome in. I'm Bobby. For those of you who don't know me, I am a Reiki practitioner, twin flame facilitator, and psychic medium. The first card we're going to look at is the archetype of the day. This just popped out, the crone. If you're familiar with the crone, oh my goodness gracious. You are somebody that has deep, deep wisdom. However, whatever age you are, whether you're young or if you're super young, that means that your soul is super advanced, deep, deep wisdom. And if you are just coming into your crone stage, that just means that you've earned position. Whatever you are ready to do, the crone says, you're ready. You're absolutely 100% ready. And I'm just gonna look to see what needs to be surrendered. What is blocking you from stepping into this crone archetype? The crone, I know the crone, the word itself is pretty advanced and kind of ugly if you think about it. But the crone is no longer seeking validation, confirmation. It's not poking and prodding. The crone knows who they are. So you are a very advanced individual, and I would say that there's probably a potential that there are people around you that may not see that glory within you. But the crone is no longer doing that. And there are two pathways for the crone. One is isolation and pulling back and shutting the system down. The other one is realizing how much work and time and energy and life that they've put into where they are. This is somebody that has struggled. This is somebody that's gone through the trials and tribulations. This is somebody that carries an abundance of knowledge, wisdom, spiritual understanding. And so this is something that we really want to embrace within ourselves. You've got the maiden, the mother, and the crone, and you have stepped into the crone, which is beautiful. So let's just see if there's anything blocking this crone. It says surrender to the magic of who you are. So we all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. So I don't see a block there. Surrender to success. Surrender to wonder and awe. Oh my gosh. Wow. So you have stepped into your crone stage. You know, as a crone, we can seek validation, but through spirit. So I feel like you're here because you're saying, am I in alignment? Is my discernment balanced? Am I in a seamless position? Yes, I'm going to validate you right here. Confirm that you are in a seamless position. Let's see if there's anything happening under the surface. I'm going to look at your vitals. This is your spiritual vitals. We're looking at what emotions you may be carrying, what states are fluctuating. The first state is your energy state, like what influences are in your auric field at the moment. What influences are in your auric field? Prayer. This is amazing. This is already so amazing. Okay, so you've got prayer in your auric field. That means you're calling in something. The good news is on the way. The good news is on the way. Okay, and so in your emotional state, you are isolating. And so, like I said before, sometimes we don't know what we don't know because you might not have individuals in your auric field that are able to help you reflect. You are so advanced that it's like you're at the top of the mountain and you've got to keep your eyes on the creator. You can't put your eyes on the individuals around you because then you're channeling that energy. Your psychic energy is the veil is thin. And so let's say Bob is feeling not very good and you start putting focus on Bob. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to start channeling that energy. And if you're not aware that you're this crone and that your auric field has a thin veil, then you may be trying to solve that problem. As a crone, you really have to have focus on yourself. You have to be focused on your goals, on your hobbies, on your crafts, on your anything that you do. Focus on that. That's between you and the creator, because you are the all-wismical crone. Okay, this one is your mental, impartial. So your mental is pretty balanced. Again, I feel some peace in the mind. And then we've got your physical, faith. Good job. You're doing great. Doing great. This is your spiritual. I got facade in your spiritual. Again, that's why you're here, and that's already raising your vibrational frequency. As a crone, it's important for you to connect to individuals that are in the vibrational frequency that you are, so that you can stay at the top of that mountain. I don't look outside myself for confirmation. I look to my creator for confirmation, and this is how I do it, is through this reciprocity. Okay, so then we've got your challenge is renewal. So again, that is important. We want to make sure we're clearing your energy. So we're doing that right now. Your energy is being cleared. You're already going to start feeling better, and probably a half hour to an hour after this reading, we're already clearing your energy, uplifting your soul, reminding you of who you are. Okay. And then this is your strength, impasse. So you are at an impasse. That means you've got two pathways. You want to wait for the holy hell yes. Whatever pathway, you will have a holy hell yes. It won't be wishy-washy. It won't be, am I leaving something behind? It will be clear as day. You will have no cognitive clutter. Your psychic energy will be luring you into that direction effortlessly. So that's your strength. You're very good. Your discernment is your strength. So that is beautiful. We're going to look at where you are on your twin flame path. Familiar with the twin flame. As a twin flame facilitator, it's like your twin flame is your higher self, and so it's the universe is mirroring everything back at you. Everything is being mirrored at you. Okay? So let's just take a look at what you're alchemizing. Look at that. Ha! So this is karmic purge, mirror reflections. Look at that. Karmic purge, mirror reflections. Your higher self is active. Your higher self is present. Your higher self is already there. It's just a matter of putting that into motion. I want to speak as my higher self. I want to act as my higher self. I want to be in position with my higher self. I'm going to read this to you so you can. So the karmic purge card shows up to reveal what you have not wanted to see in yourself through the mirror image of your other half. These reflections are surfacing to help you see all aspects of yourself. If you face your fear and confront yourself in the mirror, it helps you break old cycles of previous programming. And that's kind of how I felt when I came in here. I see the crone, but the crone can be rigid. The crone can be, in the negative, it can be very isolating, and it can pull back and not feel wanted because you're the crone. You've been through so many trials and tribulations. You're now carrying the seeds of potential. And if we're not seeing that and remembering that, because the people around you aren't reminding you that you're the crone. They're not. They're, in fact, depending on whatever automatic programming you have in the background. I'm not wanted, I'm not good enough, I've worked so hard, I deserve, right? And again, you don't deserve anything, you earn it. So much more sustenance when we earn, because when we earn it, we're no longer asking if we deserve it, we're just getting it because we know it's ours. So refusing to look within creates interference that pulls the two of you energetically and physically apart. And again, if you're in a partnership right now, this is a very profound message to help you know what next steps to take in that connection. When your other half triggers you, pause and pay attention to your response before you act. Take a deep breath. What about me is influencing this interaction? Take full accountability. You're the crone. You can shift the energy in a moment's thought. In just a shift of thought. This is mine. I take this. I take responsibility for this. Stop and ask yourself, how does my perception of them reflect my own weaknesses? Your answers reveal aspects of yourself that you may not even have seen. It is crucial that you restore balance within yourself before your other half can find balance within. This karmic purge will continue until you both have fully surrendered and are willing to face the other in the mirror, where you both discover your true selves. This, whatever connection this is, could be with a mom, dad, sibling, child, partner, anything. It can mean anything. So whatever conflict you may be having, that is not theirs, it's yours. That's it. We don't need to define how it may be theirs. We don't need to figure out how they should be receiving it. We just want to take full responsibility, because I don't want to give my power to anybody. Okay, I'm going to check out your Tree of Life card. If you're not familiar with the Tree of Life, it's the Kabbalah. And, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay. So you are on the 19th path. Okay, so these are all your neuro pathways, and currently you're connecting, and that goes right back to your mental state of impartiality. So you are creating a balance here. Beautiful. Balancing love and power. This influences Leo energy. Okay, so the weakness is vanity, cruelty, and indecision. But if you step into your higher self, you're looking at strength of will, courage, and sincerity. Leo is a man of their word. They act with intention. They carry silent leadership. And that's exactly what the crone is. The crone is a silent leader. The crone understands that each and every one of us has to go through our trials and tribulations, whatever those may be. And we want to just allow those to happen. And I kind of feel in this reading, maybe there's a child that you are currently connected to that is asking you to sort of step back and just be available. There's no reason for you to solve their problems. They don't want you to solve their problems. They want you to be available to listen so they can brainstorm and they can work out their own pathways. And that is so important. And I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for this individual. I don't know who it is, but so they are in the storm at the moment. And in that storm is where they find order. And so I'm going to look to see what the next position for them is. Okay, so they are finding, this is the mask, and so they are finding their character. They're defining their ego. They're accepting their position, the way they look, the way they feel, the family they came from. They're really asking how all of these things fit in. to their experience. They may be having a birthday even. So, okay, we're gonna look at your planetary position. Mercury messages. I feel like this whole reading is about you receiving messages, reminding you of who you are. You do receive downloads on a daily, but it's really, are you receiving them, or are you wondering whether you are receiving them? So it is important to acknowledge, get a journal, write down whatever messages are coming in, maybe even execute the message, give the message, proclaim the message. Okay, we're gonna look at your career. Real passion. So stop wasting time in dead-end jobs and find your true passion. It's fine to experiment, but don't settle for less than you truly want. And this does say deserve as well, but don't settle for less than you have earned. Like, it's important to do a review. Like, I have my twin flame journey. It's on my website. You can check that out. But that journey goes back and reviews the beauty and excellence and abundance and prosperity and all of the things that you have already cultivated in your life. But if we don't go back and like look at and take account for what we've already put into the universe, our suffering and low frequencies can keep us trapped and contained in the moment. So it is important to rip your heart open and really go in and review and deep dive your past. It's just going back. It's so much fun. It's not traumatic to do that because you have somebody to help you reflect each and every step of the way, or just where it's like a present, and it's like a present wrapped in a present, wrapped in a present, wrapped in a present, present. It's like that. Those dolls that, gosh, what are those called? Anyway, they're the wooden dolls, and every time you open one, there's a smaller wooden doll. And so that's really what the twin flame know thyself journey is we're just going in and we're unwrapping layer by layer by layer until we get back to the core frequency of who you are. Once you get to that core frequency, there's no longer any questions because you're at core frequency. You can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste. Food starts tasting better. Your ability to learn, your ability to receive, all your abilities start to activate. Your senses heighten because you're at core frequency. There's no clutter. There's no more chaos. There's no more confirmation or validation. Okay, so we're gonna pull another career card. So you need work that lets you express your creative self. You could do well at writing, blogging, or a career in communication. Honestly, if you don't already have a YouTube channel and you're not already reading tarot, I would highly recommend that for you. I also have a 12-week tarot journey on my website. You can check that out. Okay, we're gonna pull a couple Rider-Waite. I just want to kind of see if there's something that you and I aren't seeing at this moment. I just pulled the Tower. You are going through a major life transformation. It's like letting go of everything you ever thought that you knew in order to step in fully into the position that you're in. Your soul is begging you to activate. Your soul is begging you to take action, to execute. But you can't do that if you're stuck in that, that container. It's like a butterfly, a pupa. It's inside and it has to claw its way out of that shell. And so that's really where you are. We're gonna look at your angel message. I want you to think about a question right now. Take a deep breath. Your guides are all present. Oof. Hello. Intuition and downloads. Intuition and downloads. And so I get the feeling that a message is coming through spirit. So I'm going to pull a spirit message. So Andromedans, so this is the Andromeda galaxy, so often seen as peaceful, wise beings who are deeply involved in the ascension process of humanity. They are said to assist with expanding consciousness and bringing clarity to the soul's purpose on Earth. That's you. That's you. That is you. I'm going to put that there for you. You can screenshot that if you want to. Oh, let me move my finger out of the way. Go ahead and screenshot that. I have crossed the veil, but I am always with you in spirit. And that might hit home for you. Maybe somebody has crossed over and is trying to guide you at the moment. And then we're going to go ahead and look at your core frequency. And then I'm going to pull you a Kali card. So integration. The frequency of integration supports our embrace at every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive in positive and what we perceive in negative to harmonize in a balanced sympathy of life. So you are integrating, alchemizing. You're going to feel so much better in the next half hour to an hour. Something inside of you is going to awaken. And so, ooh, goodness. Or a lot inside of you is going to awaken. Okay, I'm going to pull this last card, Kali Ma. We're going to round up the whole reading with one solid message. Okay, this is what I'm pulling. Do not allow negative thought or speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection. Claim your voice and power to express yourself from your heart. Through it may not yet be visible in your physical world. A new order is generating within the soul, and in time it shall manifest in a transformation that heals your inner world and improves your physical life circumstances too. And let's just go back to that expression. It's asking you to express yourself. Do not hold back. Again, super honored to be here. Go check out my website, Bliss Fire Reiki. I have a lot of services that I offer there, and I look forward to the next time. Love you.